Hello everyone, this is Thor's MTG and welcome to the first video on this channel. So our goal here is to find the creative non-normal decks and put them to the test to try and find the next big deck that's competitive on the format and that no one will see coming. So that's the goal. If you like that kind of stuff as much as I do, make sure to subscribe to this channel, give this video a like so that we can see more of this. So, alright, onto this deck. So, the first deck that we're going to be running is a Simic ramp deck. I absolutely love playing with big creatures, and there are some really good big creatures in this color set. So, first off, we've got the Hullbreaker Horror, we've got a Titan of Industry, and we have a Coma Cosmos Serpent. So, the Hullbreaker Horror is a really nice card here. It's usually a game winner when we play it down. So it can't be countered. Whenever we cast a spell, we're able to bounce cards of the opponent. We also are able to counter a lot of their cards as well. So that's a really strong card. Usually want to play that one as quickly as possible. A new card that I wanted to play with is a Titan of Industry. So that one is a 7-mana creature that has reach and trample, and when Titan of Industry enters the battlefield, choose 2 options. So the options you have are destroy target artifact or enchantment, target player gains 5 life, create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token, or you get to put a shield counter on a creature you control. Shield counter is if a permanent with a shield counter on it would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter from it instead. So it has basically 2 lives. So this is a really powerful card that I really wanted to play with. I haven't played with it yet, so I really wanted to see how well this does. It looks really powerful, so it could be really good in this deck. And then, of course, we have the Coma Cosmos Serpent. This also can't be countered when it's played, and at every upkeep, including the opponent's upkeep, it creates a 3/3 blue serpent creature, and it has the ability to make the board go really wide really quickly, and also interacts with the opponent's deck where I can tap down a creature that is just really difficult to deal with, or I just don't want to deal with, and we can sacrifice one of the serpent tokens and able to tap that down so we don't have to deal with it. Or we can also sacrifice a serpent and make Coma indestructible, making it a really powerful 6/6. Some other really powerful cards that we've got going for us in this deck is a Renin 7, where of course when we put that onto the field, we're going to -3. We're going to create that tree folk creature that's equal to the amount of lands that we have, and if we're ramping, we're trying to get the lands out, so it's going to be a really big card. And of course, if we're doing Renin 7, we're gonna be playing the Eska's Chariot. We can have the ability to crew and then attack with Eska's Chariot and then copy that token that Renin 7 is going to create, and just have 2 really big tokens that are going to be really difficult for the opponent to go with. It also creates those 2/2/2 green cats that also create a board presence that we can use as blockers or attackers. That really puts the pressure on the opponent. Another really powerful card that I'm going to try out in this deck is a Viviant on the Hunt. So this is one of those new cards that says is a 6-mana planeswalker that has a +2 that says you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature's mana value, put it onto the battlefield, then we shuffle. It also has a +1 where we mill 5 cards, then put any number of creature cards milled this way into our hand. And also has a -1 ability where it creates a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token, and it has 4 loyalty as it comes out. So that +1 is really attractive to me in this deck. When we get into that late game we want to be drawing our big creatures. We want to be drawing into creatures. We don't be drawing into lands because we've already done all that work at the beginning of the game with our ramp. So we want creatures on the field. So if we can mill 5 cards and we can mill a bunch of creatures, we could have 5 creatures in our hand. That's awesome at the end of the game. We are going to be a really big threat at that end of the game to be able to do that. It also creates a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature that's also just a really good blocker and attacker and board presence that an opponent has to deal with. It's really a strong card that I think can work really well with this deck. So, another Planeswalker that I wanted to try out in this deck is a Tamiyo Compleated Sage. So, this is one of those cards we don't see very often, so I'll read it for you. So it's a 4 mana or 5 mana creature. So it has the Phyrexian mana, so you could either pay 2 life and have it be 4 mana, or you can just have it be 5 mana total. So it has a +1 ability that says tap up to 1 target artifact or creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. It also has a -X that says exile target non-land permanent card with mana value X from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card. And also the -7 ultimate that says create Tamiyo's Notebook, a legendary colorless artifact token with spells you cast cost 2 less to cast and has the ability of tap it and draw a card. And Tamiyo comes into the battlefield with 5, making that ultimate pretty much a good to go thing. We also, which is really nice for this deck, because we are playing big mana creatures. So we can get a Ren and 7 that costs 3. We could get an Eska's Chariot that costs 2. A Memory Deluge that costs, right? Yes. Memory Deluge that costs 2. Vivian that costs 4. Hullbreaker, Titan, Coma, all of it. It's cheap. That's really nice to have. We also, if we lose something that's big, we could also, or an Eska's Chariot, we can also -X and put that back onto the field and become just a really good back and forth that makes it really difficult for the opponent to have to deal with. So, of course, we've got all these big creatures. We're going to need to ramp into them. So we've got a Prosperous Innkeeper, we've got a Field Trip, and we've got a Quandrix Cultivator out there to be able to ramp into that. Ren and 7 can also do that with its +1 revealing cards, and we can put the lands into our hands. So the Prosperous Innkeeper is creating the treasure token that gets us ready to go in those later turns. I've got a Field Trip here. I like the ability where it has the 2 options. So we are going to get a forest no matter what, and then we can learn, and we can get more ramp if we want to with these environmental sciences. We also can get something that can interact with what we need. So we've got a basic conjuration where we can look at the top 6 cards, basically a Storm the Festival, except it doesn't put them straight onto the field, it just puts them into our hands. And we gain 3 life with that. We also have these Containment Breaches that can destroy a target artifact or enchantment, just in case we've run into a problem there where we need to get rid of it, like another Eska's Chariot or the Naya Runes, anything like that. And we also have an introduction to Annihilation, just in case there is a difficult card that we just can't deal with. We also have the ability to get rid of that if we need to. So Field Trip is really versatile, that I really enjoy having, where it ramps and gets us something that we need in the game. And then Quandrix Cultivator, of course, where we can search for either a forest or an island and be able to put it straight onto the battlefield. And it's also just a really big creature. It's a 3/4 creature that makes creature decks puts them into a difficult position that we're playing against, because it's a really good blocker in the early game that we should be doing because of Prosperous Innkeeper, getting it out onto turn 3, or a field trip. We're getting that onto turn 2, turn 3. We're doing it really quickly and putting a lot of pressure on that. It's also 3 attack, which is also really strong. So some interaction that we have to go up against an opponent. We've got Fading Hopes, and we've got Jirari Disruptions, as well as the Tameo can also be disruptive to an opponent. And the Hullbreaker Horror, of course, we're really disruptive with the Hullbreaker Horror if we can get that down onto the field. So the Fading Hopes are really nice because we can bounce a creature right back. We can into the opponent's hand, setting them back a turn and getting us ahead a turn, because now we can scry for 1 and find something that we need in that early game. We've got a Jirari Disruption. We want to be able to counter an opponent, and it's also a land if we need it to be, which is really nice to have that versatility there. And then Tameo, of course, it's going to tap down an artifact or a creature for 2 turns or more if we continue to do +1 on that. So the last card that we haven't talked about so far is the Memory Deluge. This is just a really nice card for me at those late games when we need to start drawing cards that we want. We're able to look at the first time we cast it, able to look at 4 cards, and we're able to grab 2. So we're able to grab what we want in those situations, and then when we cast it with its flashback, we can look at 7 cards, grab 2 that we really want. It's just a really nice card at those late games when we really start needing creatures in our top ends to win, rather than a bunch of Prosperous Innkeepers or Fading Hopes or Field Trips or the Quandrous Cultivators. We want to start drawing into these big mana creatures at the end of the game to help us close that game out. We also aren't drawing lands either. We can just get what we want. So that's the deck. It has the power to be really good and be very problematic for the opponent, especially in that late game. This deck is very much a late game deck that is really strong with the Hullbreaker Horror, Coma, Titan. They're all very good cards to go up against. So let's go and give this deck a try and see how good this deck is going to be. Don't forget to give a subscribe. Don't forget to give it a like so that we can get more of this out here and become the next big thing in the tournament scene. All right, here we go. Let's try it out. Let's get. All right, so we have ramp, but we just don't have anything to play at the beginning. So we're going to toss this one. I think I'm going to keep it just because we have a little bit of land. Don't think I need 2 of these. Probably should drop the Memory Deluge. Don't really need 2 Wrens. Just don't have a way to play that. Yeah, okay. We got the Innkeeper out so that we have the treasure, for sure. Now we have the access to blue mana. Alrighty. Okay. We're able to get a run down. Well, next turn. We'll be able to get that run down. And pass turn. Going nice and slow. Opponent's looking. attack in, see what they have. If I run.
Trees are open. The entire forest is an army.
Past that turn. Alright, we're setting up looking pretty good right now. And opponent chooses aptitude. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna return you, and I'll return you. I got another innkeeper. That's lovely.
Harm the trees, and from root to canopy, the trees are mighty.
And a binding. Which one are they gonna take? Take one.
Even in defeat, we grow.
Shidaki. Okay. I'm gonna attack in. We'll innkeeper. And I'll innkeeper one more time because we'll keep that Jawari available. A binding. Didn't really want to worry that, especially since they have the mana available. Not a whole lot I can do there. Okay. Play the Rin.
Speak your purpose. The entire forest is an army.
We're not attacking, so we're moving on. That's the turn, so they're at 12 live. It's 10. We got 10 mana. 9 available. Oh. Let's see. What are they going to channel? Yeah, that doesn't work. Just so I have something. Get to draw. I would love to. So I have the option here. So hold up Jawari. It's got a lot of mana available. just don't think that there's something that I could actually Jawari. So I think I'm going to Innkeeper here. Still get the Jawari available, but I just don't think that there's something there that I can actually use the Jawari with because they have so much mana already. And a binding. They'll have 5 available. Yeah. That 3 bindings? Yes. Meat hook. Whatever. Still waiting to grab all of my big creatures. And an island. Love that. That's fantastic. Oh. Oh, they got Carnivore. That might be. Yep. That's it. We're not coming back from that one. We're too slow. Alright, so all we need, I think this is really good. All we'll really need is another land, which we should be able to get. We should be ramping into some really good stuff here. And that is perfect. Okay. Okay, so we'll play the Dreamer Cascade, then we'll get that field trip going. We'll be off to the races. Opponent does nothing. Okay. Field trip. I have the Deluge, so I guess we could just, have that available. Ready to go. So, have the option of doing Cultivator and Eska's Chariot. Huh. Well, that makes me think they have a Sot coming. Then we go ahead and push for our big stuff, and we'll ramp it up. Grab an island. It does seem like that is a Sot. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack in. Oh, poison the cup. Alright. I don't see poison the cup very often. Top something. So we could field trip here. But I think that we could field trip here and then environmental sciences, and we have Hullbreaker. Maybe we'll go there. Grab the forest. Something cheap. And then environmental sciences, and we'll have Hullbreaker online. next turn. Okay, Ball Breaker's online. They can't counter it. Huh. Okay, so got the deluges. They're not wanting to play. So whatever they have, they'll counter it. So let's go ahead and pass. So I really do think that's a saw coming. Like, I know they had the poison cup before, but like, we've got 6. From your graveyard to your hand. So that's the saw. Yeah. The only thing that they do have in their graveyard. Okay. We've got 8 mana. So we'll Chariot. And then we have Deluges available. It's combat. Yeah, we have the Deluges available to counter whatever they want to play. So. Interesting. Yep, we're gonna counter that. Put 2 of them into my hand. Sure. Okay, well. Got a 7/7. Last turn. 7/7. So we don't have quite enough. They've got nothing, so I think that we're fine. So crew them up. We'll get you up. I'll go down to 2. Next turn. I've got a lair, I've got a hall. Yep, and that's a win. Okay. That worked perfectly. We got the whole breaker. We were able to handle whatever they wanted to throw at us. Easy way. All right, on to the next one. All right, so we have everything we want. We're really slow, though. Would love to see the opponent mulligan, but yeah, I think that we're gonna have to mulligan this one. I'm really tempted to take it, but we're just too slow. We're not playing anything until turn 4, and that's just too long. So here we go. That looks a little better. I want to keep Titan of Industry just so that we are able to play it. I want to see what it does. But it's just not smart. It's not smart. Would have loved to keep it. It's just not smart. world tree. Look at that. Honey, what you do again? Enters the battlefield, search for, okay, sacrifice. You gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, turn opponent. To up to 1 target creature. Huh. Okay. Prosperous Innkeeper. Wrap into Deluge and we move forward from there. Cameo. Okay. Ramp into the Deluge. We get the Chariot, and we get. I already have a Fitting Hope. I got 2 lands in hand, so field trip. So Chariot's coming down next turn. Oh, Jawari is nice. Do nothing. Veska comes out. And that life has the turn. Okay, so Tamio's gonna come down, I think, next turn. And that's a win! The opponent's stuck on land. We're winning. I think that we really start taking over control at that point in the game, and we are just dominating from here on out. So there we go. On to the next one. Alright, we got a whole lot of slow on this one, so this is not going to work. That works better. Oh, hold on. We don't have any... I don't think I can keep this one either. We don't have any green mana there. Okay. I'll have to keep this one. Drop a field trip. We have to drop a Jawari. Yep. We're slow. That's not gonna help. Just you back. Get that scry. That's a land that we can play this turn. And pass. Forest, field trip. Let's see. I'm gonna go here just so that we can get more of our creatures out. Vivian. Okay, so we'll sage you out. Get Cultivator out. Hunt for another island. And pass. So we've got Vivian online. Oh, borrowed time. Nice. Okay, so Vivian's not coming down this turn. we get a land. So we get the cultivator, and we get to do basic conversion. Get another island. And no creature cards except for the innkeeper. That makes having Vivian a struggle. Having that out there. Okay, I think we field trip. We go get our let's see. You die, search your library for up to 3 land cards. Number of land cards, so it would be a 5/5. It's exile. So you can leave. I don't really care. Let's attack. You can yep. Let's get some damage. I don't really care if they attack for 3. Well, I guess the Gallic Readers can go up to 2/2, so taking 5. Not too concerned about that. Oh, Gnawbone. Creature card. I don't have any creatures that are 5. I just have those. It's a lot of treasure. You gonna do anything with that treasure is the real wonder. Just don't know what else they have. That's pretty good. Ren 7 is really nice. Stops Gnawbone. We have 9 lands.
Those who harm the forest, from root to canopy, the trees are mighty.
Innkeeper out. Pass. Keep going. Okay, we're still in this. Ren was a really nice draw. What do you do? Each land. Okay. How many lands do they have? They have 7. Okay. So they don't attack. Interesting. Would have loved to not have drawn that.
If life can thrive here, it can thrive anywhere.
Wow, that's a lot of land.
quarry's close.
Wow, that's a lot of land. Wow, that's a lot of land. Man, I should have done Ren first. Wow, that's a lot of land. That really stinks. That's awesome, man. That is just what you love to see. Okay, let's just get rid of all the lands. Well, this. Now I'm gonna discard all my creatures. There's all my creatures. Yep, yep, yep. Lovely. Knew that was gonna happen. Alright. Pass the turn. All of my creatures. I was expecting to have some sort of creature at the top of my deck. Apparently I have a whole bunch of lands at the top of my deck. At least I got rid of all the lands. They have 8 lands. So I'm still bigger. Curious to see what they decide to do. Because I'm going to minus on the rent. That's all at me. All at me? Okay, so 1, 2. Yeah, okay, 2. You'll block him. You'll block Noggin. Cultivator's gonna grab you. Innkeeper is going to grab you. So I'm only gonna take 7, so he'll create 7 treasure. Yeah. Yeah, 7 treasure. I thought that's how it works. My turn. Okay. First off, make sure we get the minus on the win.
I have other groves to tend. The will of the woods is made manifest.
Okay, here we go. Guess I just minus. You just minus. It's a 4/4, right? Because you'll come in with reach at 9. Yeah. Let me just create a rhino. Play cultivator.
We're gonna knock you down.
Grab an island. I still have my deluges available. Next. Yes. Take that, 11. Okay. Let's see what they do next. He's a 9/9 with reach. Creature came into the battlefield. That's really good. I did not think of that when they were creating all that treasure. That's a good amount of +1/+1 counters. Yeah, that's really good. Can't attack this turn. Oh. Okay. That one for sure. And only land something cheap. So this is a 2-turn spell that I can use. It hit me for 5. Okay, so we've got 7. We'll go to 10. I think that we are able to get rid of both of them. I'm going with him too. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to block. Okay, just that one? Okay. Alright, so I've got 12. So let's think about this. So we've got 7 coming in, plus 3 more. Okay. Let's make sure we don't mess this up mana-wise. Hullbreaker, you can't counter it. Field trip. You can go back to your hand. Another one. Environmental sciences. Pay for that. Turn. You go away. More things I can search for that. Didn't think I did. And then I think we mill, or do we not? We create another rhino. So you're gonna create a monk. You're gonna search for a land. Okay. I think we mill. Just to see if we can get stuff into hand.
Now what do we have
No
here?
creatures. Okay. We got rid of another Vivian, a Fading Hope. Fading Hope would have been nice. And that. Okay. I think we hold off. I don't know what they can bring in, so. Okay. gonna be a whole lot of drawing. It's really nice. It's gonna be a whole lot of drawing. That's really nice. They have their own Ren and Seven. Very nice. Very nice.
Dude, the entire forest is in army.
That's gonna stop me from doing a whole lot of stuff. Restoration will be down below. Another memory deluge. Okay, so. Oh! The opponent decides he has had enough because our ramp is too strong for them. There we go. That is a win. Here we go. On to that next one. Alright. Okay, this is a slow hand. So we're not going to be keeping this. It works a little better. Yeah, that works. I think we'll drop the coma. Go from there. That's nice. Paul. Well. Ugh. Yep, okay. Well, that's disappointing. I don't want to send the Fang back, so we're not going to do that. They gonna ninjutsu? They are gonna ninjutsu. Very nice. Cool. Is this the one that decreases? Yeah, one that decreases. We have a Jawari, which is not going to stop any of that. So I think, yeah, we'll just field trip. Go into the next turn. We'll get Quandrix Cultivator on the next turn. So I'll have 5. They're gonna grab 6. I think that we grab Environmental Sciences and we get Hullbreaker going quickly. Those cultivators can come in. He's gonna grab us a land. Yes, so that was the other Fang Disciple. Okay. They know what I have, so it doesn't really matter. Don't care. You can have it. Okay, that's a land. We will put it on, because I'm going to be grabbing islands, so we'll go there. We'll take action. Grab an island. And pass the turn. We will have Hullbreaker next turn. If they attack with both, they're obviously going to ninjutsu, so Silver Fur Master's got to get blocked. Or do I block the Elder Fang Disciple and make them have that? But they're probably going to want to try and get rid of the Cultivator first. What they do on this attack step is that's combat damage. You play one of those cards. Pay life equal rather than okay. My turn. Okay then. Create a 4/4 and put a shield counter. I think that's what we're gonna do. I think that's a little bit better than choose 2. I think we're gonna create that and put a shield counter on. Put a shield counter on. Probably should have put it on the cultivator, but I would rather keep Titan Industry alive for at least a turn. I think we attack with the Titan. It's got a shield counter. The shield counter, if it would be dealt damage, it would get rid of it. So probably not. Play the Hull Breaker. And we'll pass. That sounds great. Make them use it. And we draw land. So seven. So they've got 2, 3, 7. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just gonna start going crazy with it. Next, we'll go Rhino and Mule. Probably not the Rhino. We'll wait. Want one more? It's only 6. Yes. Because I still have Lair, so. None of these have first strike. Their board is clean. So, Vortex, exile it. Okay. So that's not gonna, I'm not scared of that. Memory Deluge is nice. You're nice. Cast 2 cards this turn. Would love to. Get an island. You will, and you will. wait. We'll go. Yeah, if they were going to be willing to kick Blood Chief's thirst, they were going to do something like that. Okay. I think that well, I don't want to attack with all, just because of that whole ninjutsu ability. So I think we can attack with these. Take them down to 7. Choose not to. Okay. That's fine. You play Turgid? Alright. Last 2 attackers. My turn. Ballbreaker comes down. I'll pay. Turn. Play that, and yep, so we go in, we play. Go in, play the Cultivator. That will bounce the Turgid. We attack for 13. We win. We can even attack with the Lair. That's a win. Easy done. Okay. So this is another interesting one. So we're on the play again. The Jawari I don't think is a good enough draw for me to want to stay in this. I have a whole bunch of ramp there. I really wish I had that ramp again. We'll see how slow we're gonna be. We'll draw more. Yeah, we need interaction at this point. We need the low stuff. We just can't keep drawing a bunch of land. We need something else. They do nothing. So that's a 4-mana spell. So I think Essica is the play here on the next turn. Interesting. Ballbreaker's nice. Yeah, I think Essica's the way to go. Just creates a little bit more of a presence. We could Ren on this next turn. Be able to create another portable hole. Okay. Still play the Ren. Still get the... Still play the Ren. Grab this.
Symbiosis is harmony. The entire forest is in
Do
harmony.
you? W up. Next. That's nice. Turn. Do nothing. Okay, so if we draw a land here and we draw a cultivator, we're set up for the next few turns after that. These are big ticket items, so cultivator I think comes down next. There's just nothing there for a Tamio to hit. Okay. Well, here's another thought. And there we go. Okay. So, going on with what I was about to say. So, here's the thought. We go with the Tamio. And we play the Tamio. We tap that down. We attack in. That's 12. So, it's not quite there. But that's the thought. We tap that down. It doesn't untap. So, then they can't block. We can tap one of those down. We attack with a Chariot. Become even bigger. We'll have the Wren plus up. We get the lands. We'll be able to move into our big creatures, and we have a board presence. Even if they sweep us, we still have the board presence coming in with a Coma or a Hullbreaker. We also have the Cultivator that's available. The Eska's Chariot is still going to be around. It's just going to be a bigger play. I think that we win this one no matter what. Alright, so after playing those games, I think there are a couple changes that we can do. We've done really well in getting that Hullbreaker out, so we are able to get those creatures up. We have lots of things that we are able to play to utilize those abilities of the Hullbreaker Horror to either bounce a spell or to counter a spell. Those are really nice to have. I think that the Tamio it's one of those cards that I felt like I didn't really want, so probably cutting that one down. The Wren in 7 it did well, but it was one of those where it's like we play the -3 and then we don't really want to do anything with it. I think the Vivian on the Hunt didn't work as well as I had thought that it was going to do, especially that sacrifice a creature. After looking through it, I just don't have any creatures that utilize that ability. My creatures are in those 2 slots, the 4 slots, and then the 7 and ups. So there wasn't a whole lot of ability for me to use that +1 on it. I also found in a couple of those games that the Jarari Disruption just was too late. So I think we'll add a different disruption spell here. Maybe a decisive denial, the green-blue that can either have a creature fight or a counter, or throw in a negate or something like that. This is another one of those. I also feel like we need another creature out there, so cutting a Vivian, a Tamio, cutting Wren down, I think we can add a couple more creatures into the deck. And then adding another Titan of Industry, when it did come into play, it was really powerful. So I think I want another one of those. So I think those are some good ideas for improving the deck. Maybe we'll run it back again just to see. But overall, this deck did pretty well against the meta. So we can chalk this one up and go again. Until next time.